So let me start by saying I know it's been a while, but we finally got the greenhouse up. It's been up for probably about a week or so now, and we got everything moved in. We moved stuff in there last week, y'all. I'm just going through here now because I've been really busy. So usually every day I come in and do stuff, but I haven't been able to do that this week because this week was my long week at work. So I wasn't able to really get in here like I wanted to. So I'm coming in here now, and I'm just kind of like pruning back all of the dead stuff off of my plants, and just checking everything off and cutting all the dead pieces off of things that need to be dead. I came in here, and this was the first time I looked at my squash. Look at it, y'all. My squash and zucchini is growing wild in these grow bags. Like, it is crazy. I had them, and these vines are gonna grow crazy. Y'all see how crazy this is? They grow. You can see like how I'm gonna have a huge harvest this year. Like, this is nuts. This harvest is gonna be ridiculous. Like, I'm looking at this now, and I can tell you right now, this is gonna be ridiculous. And I'm really excited about it because this side is zucchini and this side is squash. Is going to be a crazy, amazing harvest. I am going to give it a little bit of food in a little bit, simply because I can see right now this is going to be a really plentiful harvest, and I want it to give me the best yield. So I am going to feed it a little bit of bone meal and a little bit of blood meal, which is just a mixture of nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium. And I don't give it a lot, but I just give it a little bit, add it to the soil, and that just kind of helps me with the harvest, and just making sure that they're getting all the vitamins and nutrients, and provides nitrogen to the soil, especially for green, healthy plants and things like that. And so I'm in here now just growing back, my of course, my basil. I'm not quite sure. I mean, my rosemary, I'm not quite sure. So my backyard is unleveled, but anyway, I'm not quite sure. It smells good, but I don't think I'm quite getting the growth that I want out of this rosemary. And I mean, I know I've cut off a few pieces, but I feel like it should be growing at a more rapid rate than this. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of research about what's going on with that. Anywho, so as you can see, my little tomatoes are coming in. As you can see now, I got tomatoes coming in everywhere here. And so my tomatoes are coming in good here. And my blooms are all over the place. I'm going to have probably a pretty good yield of tomatoes as well. And these are going to be cherry tomatoes. So they're not going to be big, small tomatoes like I like them. I don't like really big tomatoes. And so that's going to be good. And as y'all can see, I got a couple weeks ago, we got taken over by the birds. And so, ooh, look at that, a beautiful strawberry coming in right here. And so I got more strawberry yields coming in here. I do have to go in and clip off those ends from last week that the birds taken off, and I know this is on the side, and I can see here from where that is rotted here. And so I'm gonna take that off in a minute. I got my shears out here, and this is dead pretty much, so I'm taking that off. And just growing yield here, and you see how this vine is just growing. And I put this in an oven bag because I know that strawberries like to kind of just take over, so I put this on its own little thing because I wanted it to run how it wanted to run. I wanted it to yield as much as it wanted to yield, and I put it on its own little thing. And so, like I said, my backyard is unlevel, so it looks like everything is leaning, but it is what it is. On this side, I have cabbage. I just took all the dead leaves off the cabbage. The cabbage are starting to fold up like they're supposed to. And now since I put them in here, I don't have any problems with the beetles anymore. Oops, I just broke a leaf. Oops, sorry. I don't have an issue with the beetles anymore. And as you can see, the cabbage are folding up beautiful. That's a dead leaf. And then cabbage are folding up beautiful. As you can see, look at the beauty of that. Look how beautiful that is. Folding up wonderfully. The red cabbage is folding up beautifully. Just like we like it, just like we want it to, and I'm yielding like we want it to. And yeah, it's looking really good. And so I'm getting all of those dead pieces off and putting them down there. Now, as y'all can see, I cut these off a couple days ago for my mom. Look at this. This was the other day, and I'm going to show it to y'all because I have it time-stamped. I cut all of this down a few days ago for my mom. Look at it. It's ridiculous. It's grown back already. I told my mom it'll grow back already. I told my mom, I said, Mom, I feel like as soon as I'm cutting it, it's growing wild. And it's yielding like more than I could imagine. And I'm getting a beautiful, beautiful yield of spinach and different things like that this year. As y'all can see, I cut the kale back just a few days ago. Look what it's doing. Same thing with the spinach, same thing with the lettuce. And I just cut it back the other day ago, almost to a stump. And here we are again. It's growing more, growing beautifully. And yeah, so here we are. And that's what you want, because once you prune something, it just does what it does, and it just grows. You know, it grows from that point, and it's beautifully. And so now I'm on this side, and I got to start pruning this side over here and see if I have any dead leaves over here. A few yellow leaves, because I always take the yellow leaves off my plants, and I'm gonna always do that, because what you do is if you do that and you take all those dead leaves off, then what happens is I keep telling you, if you take those dead leaves off, then your plant doesn't worry about trying to get that energy to come back into that leaf. And so they spend the rest of the time just putting the energy back into all of the rest of the plant being green. And so when I see leaves that don't look like they're gonna turn back green, like this one is a little bit yellow, and so I'll leave that probably to next week. And so rather than just I done broke it now, so I guess I gotta take it off. But rather than leaving it on there, I just go ahead and take it off, because what I want is I want the energy to go back into the plant, so that the plant just does what it needs to do, and it just kind of performs the way it needs to perform. And the way that I help it succeed in doing that is by not only feeding it, you know, like giving it nitrogen, phosphorus, the things that it needs for it to be a healthy plant, but in allowing it to grow like that. Because when I allow it to grow like that, you know, and I take all the dead leaves off, then it doesn't have to put that energy back down into the plant itself. And it can put the energy back into the plant itself, and just, you know, focus on making the plant a beautiful plant and doing what it has to do. And so here we are with my carrots here. My carrots are yielding here. And I can tell you right now, I know this is probably going to be a really, really big carrot harvest. I don't even eat carrots. I don't even know what made me, you know what? I know what made me grow them, because I had never grown carrots before. And I wanted to see what that experience was going to be like for me. And so far, so good. I cut these green, look, my wild onions are growing back. I cut them for my mom. They're growing back already. Y'all see that? I cut them all down to the root. They're growing back. They grow. And so, you know, it's just, it is what it is. And I'm just, you know, that's where I am with this. And I'm just really excited. I love to see things progress. I love growth. And my husband tells me that I'm addicted to progression, and maybe I am. And so this is just, you know, here I am, where I am, and how I am in life. And so today I got a few things over here. So I got to plant all these things. I got my some more cherry tomatoes. I got some okra over here. And so I haven't been able to, so I bought them a few days ago, but I haven't been able to plant them. And so what I've been doing is my husband has been generous enough to water them for me, so until I could get them in the ground. And so today I have some time off, and so today I'm going to actually plant all of these things and get them going. I got more grow bags here, and so I'm gonna get them going, get them in the grow bags, and see where we can go from there. All right, see you in a little bit.